back to Shemsuniverse. So today guys, we're going to discuss the Scorpio moon position. So if you have your Scorpio in you as your moon sign, what this typically means is that you do have a conundrum between Pluto and the moon, or Mars and the moon, trying to get into. Scorpio is the 8th astrological sign. It's a very, very confusing sign when it comes to looking at how it's governed, whether it be water element or fire. And this is due to the fact that it used to be governed as or viewed as a fire sort of sign, because the scorpion is a very hostile sort of predator that if you get near it, it will come out and it will sting you essentially. So it's very similar like Leo and Aries that are in Sagittarius, that are very, very fiery, really about fighting, but they are still watery as well, meaning that they actually are very receptive. They do have a lot of psychological understanding of people and their motivations, and they do tend to have a lot of emotional volatility within them, but it tends to be more so within than outside. They don't really show the emotion that they have to, especially if you don't know them that well. They'll never show it to you. The reason why it was considered by Mars, because older astrologers believed that it was Mars that aligned with Scorpio in comparison to the Pluto, which is a newer planet. Once Pluto was discovered, they aligned that with Scorpio, and Pluto was considered a planet of regeneration and war. So even though it's a water element, it still is considered very warlike, very much in the sense that they look at life in a way of a series of different battles, whether that be in the political world, the financial world, whatever they're within, they're going to look at it in a sort of a sense of they need to cover their assets, which is their own emotions, their own finances, and then exploit others or take from other people. Scorpios, it's no secret, have the most serial killers, psychopaths. All these things fall under Scorpio just because this is a very calculated sort of zodiac sign. These people do tend to really think things through meticulously before doing them. They don't just randomly just go out and act. If they have a problem with you, if you know about it, they wanted you to know about it. If you don't know about it, well, you're screwed, in other words, because they're going to come for you in a very unexpected sort of way. When this falls under the moon position, meaning it falls in your subconscious mind, it tends to make you sort of a withdrawn sort of person. You may be very social and you may be somebody who's considered popular, but people don't actually really know you because they don't know your emotional depths. They don't know how deep or how far you'll go to get certain things done. This is a very, very productive sign, especially in the moon position, because it is a water sign. The moon does react with any water sign very, very well. However, it can still be dangerous if you don't know how to control those emotions. If you need to make sure that you have the stability that the Scorpio really brags about having, and make sure that you're able to then use your passions to actually do good things. Don't just go off and be like these serial killers that go and do random things and exploit people, or these psychopaths. What you want to do is actually use your abilities to actually get ahead in your careers. Things that suit Scorpio moon signs, what we've noticed is actors, directors, executives, CEOs, anything entrepreneurial would definitely be great. Sports. Reason being, you guys need a lot of competition in order to get ahead. Without that competitive edge, the blade will just get dull. You guys need to have your brain sharp and really be looking out for the next challenge in order to actually feel fulfilled in life. Most Scorpios in general, whether it be a sun or a moon sign, don't really have a problem when it comes to getting money or finding resources, just because they do like to think things through and they like the challenge of it. So I don't really need to give you much advice on that. The only advice I can give you is to make sure that you do follow a career that's actually going to fulfill you, not just economically, but emotionally as well. A lot of Scorpios will actually just overlook their emotional needs and to provide for families or do things that actually don't really meet their emotional needs, and they'll provide security to other people that don't actually reciprocate. So what you need to do essentially is find your common balance, or what's appropriate for your life, and then get a job that's going to suit both your emotional needs, meaning you're not going to feel like you're just in a slave sort of job that you will just never get out of, but you also want to find a job that's going to still meet your economic needs as well. Scorpios like to feel powerful. It's not so much about the fame or the popularity, it's more about actually having the ability to do things, just like the Scorpion. The Scorpion is something that most animals know not to mess with because of their capacity for being very venomous. So it's the same thing with your life. Just look at it in that sort of way. Make sure that you are still staying dangerous, staying the way you naturally want to be in your subconscious mind, meaning be able to provide resources and actually being powerful, but just don't overlook the need for emotional security as well. Aside from that, that should conclude, that does cover everything with the moon sign with Scorpio. It does get different as we go through different parts of the natal chart, but that should cover that aspect. If you guys have any questions about it whatsoever, just leave me a comment. Aside from that, guys, please like, subscribe. That's it for today, guys. Peace.